Good morning, everyone. So for today's Freeform Friday, I want to get a little messy, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. Oh, I do want to show you guys just a couple updates. So I did get my diamond press order in, and of course, I review things for them, so they pretty much send me most of the things that are coming out new. Whatever they don't send, I pick up on my own, of course, because I'm a huge collector of their items. Oh, having said that, I will have links in the description box. Those are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. But for today's Freeform Friday, I don't think what I'm going to use, like the basic thing, is available anymore in HSN. They might be on Craft Stash or some other sites, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so I got in my my long folders, which is really what I wanted. I got 2 packs. There's 6 in each. I'll open it really quickly. I mean, obviously, they're just long folders, the new slimline. On their website, it says A2. I'll have the link for them. Again, if you go to mydiamondpress.com, you can use the code VCDP, and you get 20% off every day, you guys, and they have free shipping, so it's always great. I know people were asking these are going to be on HSN. They are going to be on HSN. I don't know the pricing there, and of course, if they have shipping or not, or if they're doing the $5 cart for Craft Day, who knows? I hope so. I don't think that they would have given it to us last month and then take it back, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they do it. I did like what they did last month, though, because they opened the $5 cart the day before Craft Day, and the day after, you know what I'm saying? Each day it's $5 new. It's a 24-hour period, but that's better than paying $5.50, $7.50 for each item, right? Or $3.50 even. So anyway, so it's a pack of 6, and I was like, I mean, these last forever. I mean, my folders. So I picked up 2 packs, and I'm figuring I probably would never need another set. Who knows? But for now, I picked up 2 packs. I didn't want to be too greedy, so people can get them. I think they're still available on mydiamondpress.com. And people ask all the time. The VCDP code is for mydiamondpress.com. I do not have any kind of pull on HSN that they would give me a 20% off code that people can use all the time. Yeah, no, that's not a thing. A couple other mentions. Spellbinders just began a sale that will probably run a few days. Their sales usually run like 4 or 5 days, that are like 25% off their machines, their cutting machines, but then some other items that are like basic tools that you might like to use are about up to 60% off. And that includes like water brushes, stamping blocks, like all kinds of those kind of things, like basic stuff. And then I'm just going to show you guys this one here. It's the, let me see what was on here. Tonic. Their weekend deals actually started yesterday. Again, and I get this question a lot, they have Wednesday deals. Their Wednesday deals have been beginning on Tuesdays for whatever reason. I think they only started doing that a little while back, but Tuesday morning, basically around 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. is when you want to start seeing those, especially for the mystery bags, right? I ordered pretty much everything they had on their Wednesday deal this month, or this last week, so hopefully those get here soon, including the cantilever box, which a lot of people are like, oh, did you get that? If you get it, please review it. Of course I'll review it. I've been waiting for one of those. They're pretty cool looking. And then the silhouette panels I think I got, and I got the... I already had the other panels, the cool guy panels. That's what I showed you guys on Tuesday. So anyway, they are having Stamp Club weekend deals. Again, they're bundles that they have. And, they always have really amazing prices on their bundles. This is a lot of Craft Perfect card selection, drops. The Shimmer powder. Oh, yeah, I totally overlooked that. I thought it was just another set of drops. These are those ones that if you have water or just wet your paper or squeeze them and then wet your paper, they look awesome. They just have a bunch of different colors in there, even though they look like pink or, purple. They have other little colors that burst in there. Super cool stuff. And actually, maybe I'll use some today. I don't know. I wasn't planning on it, but I could mix it into what I was thinking about for Freeform Friday. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was obviously the paper and everything, the Glacier paste. Fun. I was even thinking about using Glacier paste today. Ooh, this is funny. Okay. In my mind, I was going to use the Crafter's Companion Stencils, and I was going to use different mediums with it, so that'll work. The new Stamp Club launched today. Mine isn't quite here yet, so I don't have it to show you guys, and so I'm sorry about that, but I will be getting it, and it's called Compassion and Poppies, and of course it's a floral Stamp Club set with dies that go along with it, so it's really, really gorgeous, but I don't have it to show you guys, so we will do that very soon. Yeah. So, what I was going to base today's Freeform Friday on is these. Like I said, they're sold out, I believe, on HSN. I think I knew they were sold out the last time whenever I got them. I showed them to you guys, I think, in my haul. And it's just stamp and stencil set, so it's kind of, it's fun because it's already put together. We're just going to pick one. You can even do a few of them together. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you like, but I wanted to use this one, so it's right on top. It's called Make-A-Wish. They do have one that has, like, like a world map, which I thought was so cool, but it was already sold out. So again, maybe I'll source it on Craft Stash or maybe in scrapbook.com. They're getting a lot of their stuff. But nice big stencil. Looks like it's a 6-inch square. And you might look at this and think, okay, because it has, that's interesting. Oh, it's just like some weird little ghosting on here. Like this one, it's like, where's this little head? Well, you can do the stenciling and then you can come in with an actual stamp and stamp over that if you want, you know. So really fun. And then the stencil, of course. So it's just a fun, more artsy way of having something that, you know, coordinates, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So what I was thinking about doing is a slim line, because I don't know if I've done a really like stenciled and artsy kind of slim line. And just to show you that you don't have to have a specifically slim line, you know, stencils or things like that for that to work. And it's not, you know, anything difficult. I know I was putting away some ink yesterday for a review that's coming up for Spellbinders. Their March kits are adorable, you guys. Oh, just hold on. You're gonna love it. Actually, I was thinking about what day is today. Today's the 26th. They'll probably have a preview tomorrow, starting tomorrow on the 27th, and it's usually on their blog, and it's usually they'll show you what's in the card kit, and then they'll have like little images, kind of like areas of like what might be in the small, the large, the APG die, you know. Super cute stuff. So anyway, I was putting this away and I'm like, oh, my Distress Oxides, I haven't used that in a while. So I was thinking about using those today. So let me bring those out, and I want Speckled Egg. Oh, the pink flamingo, the new flamingo color is so gorgeous. I need to pick that up. I haven't done it yet. I need to get it very soon here. I think I want these two colors. This one's a little bit deeper. Maybe I'll use this one too. I love that I have a tower here. It's an origami tower right next to me, and I have all my inks in there. So I just kind of reach over and I know where everything is. I have all my Tim Holtz together, all the, you know, pigment inks together, all the quick dry inks together, the water reactive inks together. So it's easy to kind of grab in there, other than if I'm really looking for a specific color. Right now I was just digging through here and I see these and I'm like, yeah, that'll work. So that's what I did. But I'm going to get a piece of paper, the Heavyweight Crafter's Companion stamping card that I normally use. I'm going to cut it down to 3 by 8, because then I'll have a black mat just to make it pop. That's going to be 3 1/4 by 8 1/4, and then the card base will be 3 1/2 by 8 1/2. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking about how I want to do this. I haven't played with these in a long time, and I know sometimes I just lay them out and then spray it and put my paper on them. Sometimes I put you know, color on here, and I don't really want to use my magic mushrooms because Local King had said, you know, Lisa says, like, you don't really want to put pigment inks in there because they're harder to wash out and clean out of your magic mushrooms. And the point of magic mushrooms is that, you know, like the orange one, you use all your oranges in here. And this is probably dirty enough as it is. I need to wash it, but just spray it with water and then squeeze it off. That's all you do with these guys. So I'm going to use this little blending tool, and I'm just going to, I think, do something. Let me see. I'm going to add some color just directly on here. And this one's very, very light. And again, this stuff reacts with water, so it's really fun. But I'm just putting color down for now. Like, literally, I'm going to mess with it a lot more. You might not even notice that it's what I did. So let's do that. And, you know, I didn't even think about it. I'm going to orient it probably this way. I don't really care. I'm just putting color down, so I don't too much care about what happens here. And then Distress Oxide and the Bundled Sage, which is kind of scary to me. Let me try to get most of this off. And that's just because I don't want to switch out, but I can grab another. There we go. Okay, just something like that. Now you can always spray this and have it react, but it's really kind of thin because the way I, you know, work with it. So it's not gonna do too much. And so I sprayed a lot more water. And you see it's getting a little bit softer and doing its thing, but you can also just kind of come in here. Put some down. It depends on what you're looking for, what you want to do. Oopsie. And then wet this. Maybe bring this over here. You know, let me wet it a little bit more because it's very square looking right now. There. And I can get some more cool looks with that. So pretty. So to me, this looks more ocean than it does like sky, like I was going to do, because obviously I'm going to use the dandelion thing. But yeah, whatever. And now that I have that left over there, maybe I should take this other scrap of paper that I have just sitting here And just pick some of this pretty stuff up. We don't have to waste it. And I can cut that down later. Do something else with it. So pretty. And you can even add more water. And the more water you add, and let me put this to the side, it'll just activate that stuff more and more. And we get a little bit more blue in the center here. Alright, and then I'll just keep this for another project. Where do I put it? I don't know. I'll put it right there. And I'm going to clean this up. I don't really like the way it's gathering up too much here, so I'm just going to suck some of that up. And again, with this, you can keep layering it, add more, spray it again. Use your Distress Oxide drops, which I prefer, I think, to use. But I think that's good enough for now. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this and go wash it. Because we're going to use that again in a minute. I just need to dry this. Now, this paper is super wet. This is stamping card, and it's super thick. It's not really like a... I use it as a mixed media, but it's not really mixed media paper. So anyway, it's really sopping wet right now. So I'm going to hit it with this heat tool, and I'll be back. I'm going to change my plans a little bit. I was just going to do like green and blue backgrounds, but I can't find my green one of this. So I have this lilac waterfall, but I have a green one. It came in the Tonic Craft Kit 35, I think. And I don't know why I don't see it. I know it's around here somewhere, but I don't see it right now because I also have some other kind of things that are similar to this, and I put them together. Oh well, okay. So since this is still a little bit wet, and I just want to show you kind of what this stuff does, you can either, like I said, wet your paper and then do this. And then I have Glacier paste, and I do have one that's kind of lavender color, and then I have this green one, so I figure I guess I'll bring in some of that lavender color, even though I wasn't planning on it. So you can do this. You see that little, just a little something, right? Just kind of went out there. That was a little bit more. And then you hit it with some water. Your paper could have been wet already and then do this, or you wet it after. Just give it some water, and hopefully you can kind of see the colors coming up, and they're shimmery on top of that. So I'm going to spread that out a little bit. That powder that was on the very top, and I'm going to wet it, wet it, wet it, wet it. And it just adds a little something more. I'm going to keep it flat like this. And so now I'm going to hit it again, and since this is a little pool of water here, I'm just going to do a little more just so you kind of have an idea what it might look like if your paper's already wet, what it can do. So there's different ways to use it. Use it however you like. I'm going to spread that around a little bit more, probably chase it with some water. There we go. And then I'm going to hit it with this, and that I can kind of move it around my page. See how that little pink kind of pops out? So we're just doing some different stuff. I wish I had found my green one. What a bummer. Oh well. Okay, I'll be back. Looking pretty. So I'm just gonna get that. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is do some of the stenciling. And so, you know, I do want to stamp some, so maybe I'll start like down here. And I just have Quick Dry and Spring Meadow. Again, these inks aren't really supposed to be blendable, and I'm not looking to blend, I'm just looking to do this with. So I'm gonna pick up some of that and really push it through. Oop, I went outside my little... If you want to be more careful, you would, you know, mask this off. I don't really care. I'm probably going to add some extra little dots from this anyway, so I'm not really super concerned with how it actually looks because it's kind of in the background anyway. So you see that? There's some harsh lines here, and what I can do is just kind of soften that out. Also come in with some of this. Add a little bit of that. We're going to do some stamping back there. And I'm going to do some stenciling with some other stuff, so that's okay. And maybe add some over here just to have some. Okay. So that's just what I was going to do with that. Yeah, I think that's good enough because you can kind of see that they're falling. There's enough of them here that I don't need to add more, I don't think. So let's do that. Where's the towel I just had? Hold on. I'm going to clean this off a little bit. Okay. Before we go back to doing more of that, we're going to go ahead and do some stamping because I need to get that down. This is the only problem that I have with using like Glacier paste and stuff. I have to wait for it to dry, and you know, I'm trying to make these videos and just get it out there, so it's like, I gotta wait for it to dry, but that's okay. I'm still debating if I'm going to use like black for this. Maybe maybe we can do some second generation stamping, just so it's not super harsh. So this is another quick dry ink. And second generation stamping means I'm going to stamp it off first and then come in with it. And I'm just eyeballing this. I don't know if that's anywhere close to where it needs to be. There's a little circle in the center that you would want to. So see, still visible, pretty visible, right? And if you look, it would have been much darker if I hadn't stamped it off. I feel like those are already their own thing. I don't know if you're supposed to stamp with those too, but I'm not gonna. Put that to the side. I'm gonna stamp this guy. Whoopsie. Same thing, just the second generation stamp, so it's not super harsh. And I'm eyeballing this. So pretty. And since we have these little guys and this one just fell off here, I'm going to stamp those too. And I'll do them in black, just to have some black that pops on there and kind of ties the black border I'm gonna put on this. Maybe something like that. So we're gonna do them all at once. Stamp it off. And another stamp here. Stamp it off. And maybe a few here. So that we're building up quite a background. I'm still concerned about this one. I feel like, does that need to be on there? I don't know. It looks like they're completed, but at the same time, not really. But if I stamp it in black, it's gonna not look that great. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, I'm not gonna get too caught up in that one. And maybe another little set right here, just to bring some on this other side. Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna clean these up. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So I'm gonna take my stencil and we'll do some of the, let me try to flatten this out a little bit. We'll do some of the Glacier paste. Now, these are some of the bundles I have today are Glacier paste, and then there are also the Shimmer powders, which are gorgeous. I'm telling you, the green one is so pretty because it has like gold flecks in it and other really pretty colors. So I happen to have this Glacier paste in Green Envy. And then I have this one here that is came from their latest craft kit, Pixie Wings. So pretty. So, I don't want to waste this. So basically whatever I get on my little scooper here is what I'm going to use. You can put it out on a surface and then get it from there if you need to, but it's just some really pretty, shimmery, gorgeous stuff. I think that's good enough. And let's think. I'm probably going to put a sentiment like in here somewhere. You can definitely glue this down or tape it down if you want. I'm just going to hold it kind of tight with my fingers and hopefully that'll be... I'm not going to squish it too hard because I'm not using glue or any kind of adhesive to help me with this. So pretty. Thick and it's sassy. I love it. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do on that one. And then for the green, I'm gonna wipe this off and I'll be right back. Technical. I literally just wiped that off on here because I don't mind if the colors mix a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna use the green one now. It's pretty. It's kind of fun with that little pop of the pinky purples I wasn't expecting to use. So we are free forming it, you guys. Okay. And with this one, I feel like I need to put some up here and then some down here. Again, and this is something, you know, I always like areas of 3 anyway. I think Diane Reevely from Dilution, she always talks about that, you know. She's like, you like to make a little triangle or, you know, however you want to do it. But in 3s is always really nice. So I feel like that's a little bit too much for me to work with at this one point, but that's okay. Again, I'm just holding it tight. Being kind of messy with it. Ah! Oh, cool. So you saw that moved and nothing happened though, so we're good. And then on the back, it's pretty clean. If the back was kind of dirty, I would probably try to clean it off before I went to the next spot, but it looks okay. So I'm going to put it here, and now I'm going to use up the rest of this paste. Just going off the edge and wherever I can go with the rest of what's on here so I don't waste it. pretty good. And you can see that one, I kind of pushed in a little bit more than in the other areas. So there we have the green and the others. And of course you can bring in the other stencils, you know, that in the kits or however, but obviously, like I said, this one happens to be sold out. But whatever you got, any stencils, basically Freeform Friday, I try to make it similar to like a busted out where we all have stencils, we have stamps and all that. So, okay, and inks and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm going to go clean this off and I'll be right back. Okay, I am going to hit this with a heat tool because I want it to dry faster. It doesn't take that long to dry, especially it depends on how thick you put it in my hands. So do not get super close because it'll start bubbling just like anything else that you might want to hit with a heat tool that has like a little bit of plasticky, a little something to it. So whenever I do this, I hit it from up high, even from the back here, just to give it a little heat, just for it to dry. But again, if you get real close, it's going to start bubbling just like gesso, anything else will. Okay, so not too close. And I'll be back. That literally took about a minute. It was already drying. The pink was already pretty dry, or purple. So again, they don't take long. It depends on how thick it was, but this is the one that was the thickest and the last thing I did. So of course that took a little bit longer, but that's where I was concentrating. These other ones were pretty dry already. I have a piece of, like I said, matte here that's 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. So this is going to pop on there. And then I have a card base, which is literally just an 8 1/2 by 11 piece of paper cut at 7 inches so that it's still 8 1/2 by 7. So when I score it, we'll have a, sorry, I have a lot of slippy and slidey things under me, and the precision tool just like crashed to the ground, to the floor. So, okay, 8 1/2 by 7, and I'm going to score it at 3 1/2 inches. Somebody had asked me what scoring board I prefer. I just, you know, I switched them out here and there. You know, she had mentioned she has the Martha Stewart one and it's always off, and I thought that was kind of funny that she mentioned that because I remember back in the day I had bought the Score Pal and then I bought the Martha Stewart board and it was always off, and there was a reason, like I guess it had to be off a certain amount because otherwise it'd be like a copyright of that other Score Pal thing. It was a big deal back in the day, if you guys remember. So it's off like 1/8 of an inch. It's off like a little tiny bit, which is ridiculous for if you want, you know, things to work out. But that's just what it was. And I was like, well, that's weird. So as you saw, I scored it and then I put both ends kind of tucked in here so that when you finally give it a good score, hopefully they're both touching this edge and it gives you a more accurate score, but you know, as you can see, it's still a little bit off right there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and glue this down, and I'm probably gonna do this off camera because this is not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna try to roll all around this thing without really messing it up because it's probably still a little bit wet, even though it feels dry to the touch. You know what I'm saying? It's probably still a little bit wet underneath. I know whenever I do like Tonic videos, I want to use the paste and stuff, but then I'm like, I can't. I don't have time to like sit and wait for it to dry. Sometimes I do, because it just depends on when I'm making the video, right? But usually, you know me, make them that morning and they're out to go later. Pretty much as soon as I'm done editing like this thing right now, I'll be finished. I woke up at 4 in the morning today, and I keep waking up at around 4, so I'm like, the time change needs to hurry up and show up because... So, what I'm saying it's not going to be pretty is because this is a little bit crazy. I'm not going to, I know people give me the tip of running it through like your Gemini Junior or your Empress, something, just because it flattens it out, it pushes it so hard, but I cannot have this pushed on right now. So, if I need to move on to the next step, I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to hold it, try to keep it nice and flat. We'll see what happens. The other thing about that is like you really want to get glue everywhere, so it's nice to kind of roll it around and get the glue in all the nooks and crannies. See? I knew there was an area that was not quite. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth this as much as I can, gently, and I'll be back. Okay, well this is resting comfortably. You see how I have my hands strategically. Of course, if you're at home, just wait for it to dry. I don't think we're in a rush. I'm just kind of holding it down where I can. What I'm going to do is put my diamond press marquee on here. Yes, keep an eye out for the new diamond press videos. They will be coming shortly. And since I have 2 of these cuties, I'm going to put 2 of them down on here just to help me keep that flat. Okay, I know they're in the way. They're definitely in the shot. That's okay. So, what I want to see is what this comes with. Just breathe, make a wish, and set it free. How big is this? Ooh, it's already almost 3 inches wide. I guess it doesn't have to be 3 inches wide. I want to make this smaller. Just breathe. Can probably be separated. Alright, let's try this one and see what happens. So I'm just going to stamp this. And whenever I cut down my black paper and my white paper, I still have pieces here left. And those are both heavy-duty, heavyweight cardstocks. And I'll probably just do it flat, you know what I'm saying, like to keep it crisp and pristine. But you can also, you know, that paper that I used at the beginning where I sucked up some of the extra stuff, I could have used that. But I'm not gonna. Oh, you know what? I'm making it harder on myself. I'm gonna streak it across like this, because when you streak it across, it gives it like a, I'll show you. It gives it like a different look. And I do that every once in a while just for funsies. I don't know if you can see, it has like streaks now, and it looks cooler. All right, I am going to cut this down. I should have put it up in the corner so I could see it real well and then just cut off this piece, but basically I'm just gonna cut this down into a rectangle and I'll be right back. Full disclosure, since this was kind of crooked and I was like, I don't know how to chop it down, what I did is I looked through my dies and I had this die and press nesting die in a rectangular shape. I'm going to use that. But the next rectangle is too big, so I'm going to leave it like that. And what I'm going to do is eyeball the next one. So I'm going to glue this. Sorry, because I have this thing weighing down my card. I can't really get in frame right. I'm going to glue this here. Just a little, you can see just the smallest border, and then I'll just take my scissors and cut down. Where are my scissors? Here we go. I would just kind of like boop right next to that one. Since I used tonic glue, I'm going to get rid of this. It's just going to stay. But if you had a wet glue that kind of gives you some motion after you trim it, and if it still doesn't look quite right, all you have to do is kind of shimmy it around and you'll have a perfect border, because you can kind of move it to where you want it to be. But this is pretty good, and I'm going to have to like... And you can also put it in your trimmer, of course. Not bad. All right, I'll be right back. Moving my weights here. All right, whatever works, that's what I say. All right. Aww. So, you know, you can just put it, I know some people have a thing, you know, you want to put it like perfectly in the middle. That's actually really nice sizing. That's really cute. But I kind of want to put it down in the corner just to give it a little bit of some feel, and maybe put it off over here. Where do I want to put it though? Because there's this guy I stamped, and now I'm going to do is cover him up. So maybe I'll put it there. That way you can at least see a little bit of that, right? Sounds good. And I'm going to use 3D glue gel, dimensional adhesives, whatever it is that you like to use. What I do like 3D glue gel is because like this has a lot of stuff going on, and even that little shimmery stuff sometimes might make it so that your plain adhesive, you know, like a runner, won't stick as well. So I always have links for this stuff for my glues, the basic glues that I use in the the glues that I use in the description box. Again, this will stick to anything. So it's basically like hot glue in a bottle to me. That's kind of how I see it. But because even if you have something chunky you want to stick down, this will work. Obviously, it's not going to be an immediate hold, but it'll hold pretty well. Let me see here. Looks pretty good. So fun freeform, again, just using whatever you have to make a slim line that works out really well. I mean, you want to add texture and other things. Of course, we could have done lots of other stuff, but I think for the background, I think that was really fun. What else did I grab? Oh, I grabbed some drops just to maybe possibly put some drops. This is just chalk stick white in the vintage drops. Again, Nuvo. And let me think where I would want to put these. Maybe I'll do more classic. Usually with these I try to be a little more organic. But sometimes what I like to do, well, maybe that's what I'll do. So that one's bigger, this one's a little bit smaller, and this one maybe is a little bit bigger even. These are different sizes, just to make it fun. So you saw me kind of bang it a little bit. Some people like to flick the back of their paper. It depends on the types of drops you're using. Some of them will flatten out if you do that, like if you do it too much. Like right now, it rounded it out and made it a little bit nicer, but if I keep going, it's going to get really flat. So they'll round themselves out. I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you do see that there's like a little like a Hershey Kiss on the top, you know what I'm saying? Like a little too much. I'm going to do a bigger one here. What I like to do is just take like something pointy. See how it maybe, hopefully you can kind of see that it's like a little bit pointy. And just come in here and swirl it. Give it a little swirl, but usually it levels out on its own. Just a little swirl, and see, now it's gone and round. So hopefully that's a little tip for you guys. But like I said, normally they level out. So that one's a little bit bigger. I'll do this one a little bit smaller. Again, up off the paper, not really touching the paper. You kind of want it to do its own thing. So just lift it, keep it up off the paper, give it a squeeze for however long you would like. And again, you can give it a little tap if you want in the back. All right, guys, fun Freeform Friday. I've been waiting to do something like this. I've been doing other things, and a lot of times when we just stick to like just die cutting, it makes a crisp, beautiful card, but I kind of like to get messy sometimes. So this was fun. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this kicks off your morning and that you're all doing well today. And again, so the bundles are there for the weekend bundles for Tonic. I am expecting 2 orders from them. Order from Spellbinders are already shipped. Some fun things are coming in today from Spellbinders. Yay! I know it's a bummer that my package got lost, but some things are being replaced and some other fun things are coming in today too for review. Keep an eye out for all the Diamond Press reviews that are coming up in the next couple days. It might even start later today. We'll see. Spellbinders, launches, of course, Tonic. You know, it's the beginning of the month, so there's always kits and fun new things coming out. So thank you guys so much, and thank you again for all your well wishes. It'll be fine. Like I said, Matt's leaving on Sunday, so today's Friday. We have a couple days left, and it's just been busy because, you know, he has to wrap up loose ends and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, we're getting through it, and it'll be fine. And when I say he's leaving, I've already talked about this before, but if you're new to my channel, my name is Vianney, and my husband, he's in the Marine Corps, so he is a major in the Marine Corps, and he is leaving for a mission in Africa for a year. So hopefully he'll have a little break in there sometime where he can come home. But for now, he'll be departing. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the well wishes, all the support. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. With all that chit chat, I should have been showing you this. Look at this. That's what I wanted to show you, the Glacier paste. Look how beautiful. Look at this one. It looks like almost like a mirror. How gorgeous that stuff is. And then if you look in the background, you can see all the shimmer from these shimmer powders. I'm telling you, I'm going to be getting that bundle because I love them and I try to collect them. So really, really pretty stuff. And it stays on your paper, which is always nice. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.